You're tired, not just in your body, but in your mind. And maybe you've been carrying something heavy for a long time, a weight no one else can see. But here's something you might not know yet. There is a kind of strength that doesn't roar. It whispers, and that whisper is called Stoicism. Share this with the important people in your life. Let them know that they are important in your life. Now, sit with me for a moment. Let's talk. Not like teacher to student, but like two people just trying to understand life a little better. Stoicism isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming clear. It begins with this: you don't need control, you need clarity. Most of what overwhelms us isn't what's happening. It's what we think about what's happening. You lose your job and your mind races. You're afraid of being seen as a failure. But the Stoics would say you didn't lose your character, your values, your ability to begin again. Those things are still yours. You argue with someone you love, and the pain lingers. But pain is not the enemy. Your reaction to pain is what defines your strength. Breathe slowly. Feel what's around you without trying to change it. This is the Stoic way. Let what you can't change pass through you like wind through open hands. No resistance, no clinging, just presence. There is power in doing less, in choosing your response, in accepting that some things are not up to you, and that this is not defeat. It's freedom. You are not weak because you feel tired. You are not lost because you're uncertain. The Stoics walked through storms too, but they didn't fight the storm, they observed it. They learned how to remain unmoved inside, even when everything outside was in motion. Right now, that strength is inside you, quiet, waiting, not asking for perfection, just honesty. This moment, this breath, this choice, that's where your power is. The Stoics taught that life is not about what happens to you, but about what you choose to become in the face of it. That means right now, as you listen, you are not defined by your mistakes, or by what you've lost, or by what someone else once said about you. You are defined by how you meet this moment, this breath, this decision to keep going. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, wrote to himself at night, not to impress anyone, but to remind himself of what mattered. He reminded himself that the opinions of others fade, that anger clouds the mind, that death comes for us all, but also that today, this day, was still a chance to live with virtue. And you still have that chance too. Don't try to control the waves. Learn how to float in them. Some days will feel like drowning, but even then, the breath inside your chest means you're still here, still capable of presence, still capable of peace. You don't need to fix everything today. You don't need to prove anything today. You don't even need to feel okay today. You only need to remember this: your peace is not out there. It's in here. Let's sit with that. You feel overwhelmed? That's okay. The Stoic would say, name what is within your control. Let go of the rest. You can control your effort, your attitude, the words you speak, the thoughts you allow to stay. You can choose whether to respond or to pause. But the weather, the past, the way others behave, those are winds you cannot catch. Let them blow. Let them move around you, but not through you. There's a stillness available, even in chaos. And it begins with attention. Notice the stories your mind tells. Are they helping you or hurting you? What if today you chose not to believe every fear that visits you? What if you allowed them to knock, but didn't open the door? This isn't ignoring your pain. It's refusing to let pain own you. The Stoic mind is like a calm sea. Waves may rise, but underneath, it remains quiet, deep, unshaken. So when your thoughts feel like a storm, don't try to outrun them. Sit, watch them, and ask yourself, what part of this is mine to carry? And what part can I release? You don't need to be in control. You need to be present. And from presence comes wisdom. From wisdom comes peace. Epictetus, a former slave turned teacher, once said, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." Read that again in your heart. It's not the event. It's the judgment. It's the label. It's the belief that this shouldn't be happening, but it is. And the moment you stop resisting what is, you begin to reclaim your strength. You don't have to like it, you just have to face it. And facing it doesn't mean conquering it. It means staying open, even when your heart feels raw. It means asking, what's the right thing to do now? Not, how can I escape this? That is where Stoicism lives. In the pause between impulse and action. In the gap between pain and response. Right now, someone in the world is yelling, blaming, falling apart, because they never learned what you are learning now. That your reaction is yours. Always. No one can take that from you. You can feel the fear and still choose calm. You can feel the sadness and still choose dignity. You can feel the frustration and still choose silence. And in that choice, you become powerful. Not loud, not angry, but powerful, like a mountain unmoved by wind. Let's go deeper. Think of something that has hurt you, something recent, something heavy. Now take a breath and ask, what part of this is outside of my control? Is it someone else's words, their choices, the past, the outcome? Let those go. Even if your heart protests, even if your ego wants to grip tightly, just for a moment, loosen your hold. Let what you can't change pass through you like wind through open hands. Now ask, what part is in my control? My tone, my breath, my ability to listen, my ability to forgive, not for them but for my own peace. That's where Stoicism becomes freedom. When you stop waiting for life to become easier, and you become stronger instead. This strength isn't about forcing. It's about seeing clearly. About saying, this is the path. I will walk it calmly, even when it hurts, even when I wish it were different. I will walk it with dignity. You don't need to be heroic. You just need to be real. Every breath you take with awareness, every time you pause before reacting, every moment you return to stillness, you are living Stoicism. Not in theory but in practice. That's all it is. Practice, over and over, failing and returning, reacting and then remembering. There is no perfection here, only presence. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are not too weak. You are a student of life, just like the rest of us. And this path you're on, it's leading somewhere deeper than comfort. It's leading to freedom, not freedom from pain, but freedom from being ruled by it. Keep walking, even if it's slow, even if it's quiet, even if it's messy. The Stoic path welcomes all travelers, not because they are wise, but because they are willing. And if you're still listening, you are willing, and that is enough. You're still here, and that matters more than you think. You've chosen not to run from your thoughts, but to face them. You've chosen not to numb yourself, but to feel and still remain steady. This is courage, not the kind that shouts, but the kind that endures. So let's keep going. Think of your mind like a room. Some days it's quiet and clean. Other days, it's filled with noise, regrets, worries, doubts. You might not control who knocks on the door, but you always choose who you let in. That's what Stoicism teaches. To guard your inner space, to protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. When someone criticizes you, pause, breathe, then ask yourself, is this true? If it is, grow from it. If it isn't, let it fall away like dust. You don't need to defend your worth. You need to live it. And when things go wrong, as they always will, the Stoic reminds you, this is not a punishment. It's a test, a chance to practice. A flat tire isn't just a delay. It's a chance to practice patience. A harsh word isn't just rude. It's a chance to practice forgiveness. A canceled plan isn't just frustrating. It's a chance to practice letting go. Life is your training ground, and every moment, yes, even this one, is shaping you into something quieter, stronger, wiser. You've been through so much, and maybe you didn't always handle it the way you wanted. That's okay. You're not meant to be flawless. You're meant to wake up. Right now, you are waking up to the reality that you are not your moods, not your past, not your failures. You are the awareness watching all of that. And that awareness, that quiet observer inside you, is unbreakable. When you feel overwhelmed, remember this: you can always return to the breath. Not because it fixes everything, but because it reminds you you are still alive, still in control of how you meet the moment. And what a gift that is. The world will pull at you: advertisements, opinions, expectations. But the Stoic path is not about keeping up. It's about slowing down. It's about asking, what is truly important? Not what's loud, not what's popular, but what is true. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." So how much of your suffering right now is coming from what might happen instead of what is happening? Bring yourself back to now, to this breath, to this body, to this moment where you are safe. You don't need to carry every possible future. Just take the next step, and let that be enough. There is peace in simplicity, in doing one thing with intention, in speaking slowly, in listening deeply, in choosing silence over reaction. That Stoic strength is not cold, it's calm. You can be both soft and steady. You can be kind without being controlled. You can be generous without being empty. And when the day feels too heavy, pause. Ask yourself, what can I do right now that aligns with my values? Not with your fear, not with your anger, with your values. Maybe it's resting. Maybe it's speaking gently. Maybe it's letting go of something that's been weighing you down. You are allowed to change, to start again, to try a new path. You are not bound by who you were. You are only bound by what you believe you are. So believe in your strength, not the kind that resists emotion, but the kind that holds it without drowning. You don't have to be okay. You just have to be honest. Honest about what hurts. Honest about what matters. Honest about what you're ready to let go of. And that honesty, that's where peace begins. Let's breathe here for a moment. Let go of the story. Let go of the noise. Let go of the need to fix. Just be here, as you are. Nothing to earn, nothing to prove. And in this stillness, see if you can find the part of you that is always okay. Always grounded, always watching. The part that says, I've made it through everything so far. I will meet this too with clarity. You don't need control, you need clarity. Let that guide you. Let it shape the way you speak to yourself. Let it soften your grip on outcomes. Let it remind you that peace doesn't come from getting what you want. It comes from wanting less. The Stoics weren't removed from life. They were rooted in it. They faced death, betrayal, war, illness, and still found time to reflect, to love, to write, to sit in silence. You have that same power, not because life is easy, but because you are learning how to be unshaken within it. You're not here to be perfect. You're here to practice, to grow, to walk this path not alone, but with the wisdom of those who walked before you and the strength that's always been inside you. Let today be your practice, not to win, not to fix, but to be, to breathe, to act with intention, to let go of what you cannot change, to meet yourself fully without judgment. And if all you do today is remember that peace is within you, that's more than enough. Still here? Good. You're not running from life anymore. You're meeting it, fully, calmly, as it is, as you are. Let's keep walking this path. Together, you've made it this far. That means something. It means there's still a quiet part of you that believes in peace. Even if the world around you feels loud, that quiet part has always been there, waiting, listening, ready to lead when the noise becomes too much. And right now, you're listening to it. You're not chasing. You're not forcing. You're simply being. This is what the Stoics understood. That peace isn't something you earn after fixing everything. It's something you choose even in the middle of the storm. When Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events," he wasn't ignoring pain. He was reminding us, the mind is where your freedom lives. What you see, how you frame it, what meaning you give it, that's the difference between suffering and strength. Right now, you're learning how to hold things differently, not with clenched fists, but with open hands. Let what you can't change pass through you. like wind through open hands. You don't have to resist everything. You don't have to fix every emotion. You can sit with it, and in sitting you learn. You learn that fear softens when met with compassion, that sadness becomes lighter when you stop judging it, that anger loses its fire when you stop feeding it stories. And what's left is stillness, clarity. You are not here to escape the world. You're here to walk through it, with eyes open and heart steady. There's something incredibly brave about facing your day, without needing it to be perfect. Waking up, knowing uncertainty is part of it, and still saying, yes, I'll try again. That's Stoic strength. The kind that doesn't scream, the kind that endures. Remember this too. Not everything needs your reaction. Not every comment deserves your energy. Not every emotion requires a story. Some things are just passing clouds. And you are the sky. The Stoics would remind you, it is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live. So ask yourself now, what would it mean to live fully today? Would it mean slowing down? Would it mean saying no to something that drains you? Would it mean finally forgiving someone, including yourself? This isn't about having the answers. It's about asking better questions. Questions that bring you home to yourself. Like, what can I let go of right now? What value can I practice today? What small choice will keep my peace intact? You don't need to change your life overnight. You need to be present with it, to witness it as it is, and act from wisdom, not impulse. That's what makes the difference. Not a louder voice, not a stronger will, but a quieter presence. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are in process. And this process is sacred. Each moment of awareness is a crack in the old shell, and light is starting to come through. So don't rush. Don't force it. Don't compare your path to anyone else's. You are not here to be like them. You are here to be you, aware, grounded, and free. The world will try to shape you into something faster, louder, more reactive, but you don't have to become that. You can remain calm. You can move slowly. You can speak only when the words are rooted in truth. And that's a kind of rebellion, a quiet, powerful rebellion. Let your peace be your protest. When someone tries to pull you into chaos, remember, you don't need to join their storm. You can invite them into your calm. And if they refuse, that's okay. Some people aren't ready for peace, but you are. So keep choosing it, again and again, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. That's where the real practice lives. Not in the easy moments, but in the tension, the discomfort, the temptation to react. That's where you grow. So breathe with me again. Feel the air move in and out. Feel your shoulders soften, your jaw unclench, your heartbeat steady. You are here, and you are enough. Let that be your starting point. Not shame, not pressure, just presence. You don't have to prove anything. You just have to be, with honesty, with kindness, with clarity. And if clarity feels far away, start with stillness. Because in stillness, the truth has room to rise. And when it does, you'll recognize it. Not because it shouts, but because it feels like coming home. So let yourself come home, to your breath, to your values, to the part of you that's always known what matters. You've spent enough time trying to hold everything. Now it's time to release, to stop gripping the past, to stop fearing the future, to return, gently, to the present. And here, in this moment, nothing is missing, nothing is broken. You are whole. Let that truth settle into your bones. Let it remind you that strength is quiet, peace is a practice, and clarity is always within reach. Keep walking with me, keep breathing, keep listening. We're not rushing to a destination. We're remembering who we are, one step at a time. Some days will feel heavy, even when nothing goes wrong. And that's okay. Not every weight has a name. Not every feeling needs a solution. Sometimes the most stoic thing you can do is simply sit with what is, not trying to escape, not trying to numb, just being here. Because the moment you stop resisting reality, you begin to make peace with it. Think about that. All that energy you spend, wishing something were different. What if you gave it back to yourself? What if you stopped fighting the current and started floating with it? You're not weak for feeling lost. You're human. The Stoics didn't rise above their emotions. They learned how to walk beside them. So walk beside yours. Speak to them gently. Say, I see you. I may not understand you yet, but I will not abandon myself because of you. That's inner strength. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's the quiet decision to keep showing up, even when your heart feels tired. And I know, there are days when your mind won't stop spinning. When the noise in your head is louder than anything outside, you wonder, why can't I just be okay? But what if the goal wasn't to be okay? What if the goal was to stay aware, to stay kind, to stay anchored to your values? Even in the storm, that's what Stoicism teaches. You don't control the wind. You learn to sail. You don't control the storm. You learn how to stand still inside of it. You don't control the past. You accept it as part of your path. And you don't control other people. You release them to their own journey. What you do control, what you always control, is the space between what happens and how you respond. That space is your freedom. That pause, that breath, that moment of choice, that's where your power lives. And you don't have to get it perfect. You just have to notice it, over and over again. There will be moments when your emotions try to take the wheel. Let them pass. Observe them. Don't become them. You are not your anger. You are not your fear. You are not your sadness. You are the one watching, the one choosing, the one returning to stillness. And stillness doesn't mean silence. It means intention. To speak when the words are true. To act when the action aligns with your values. To wait when nothing needs to be said. You don't need control. You need clarity. Clarity comes from asking yourself, what is within my power right now? It's a small question, but it carries big peace. What is within your power right now? Maybe it's your breath. Maybe it's a decision to pause before you reply. Maybe it's choosing not to spiral into someone else's chaos. Whatever it is, start there. Not with what's missing, not with what's wrong. Start with what's yours, and build from there. Let today be simple. Let it be honest. Let it be quiet if quiet is what you need. You don't need to prove your worth through productivity, through performance, through perfection. You already have worth, even in stillness, even in rest, especially in rest. The Stoics knew this too. You are not made to burn endlessly. You are made to live wisely, to live slowly, to live with purpose. So ask yourself, what can I release today? What am I holding onto that no longer serves me? Maybe it's an old guilt. Maybe it's someone's expectation. Maybe it's the belief that you need to be strong all the time. Let it go, just for now, just in this breath, and feel how light you become when you stop carrying what was never yours. That's freedom. That's clarity. That's peace. Pain is not the enemy. Your reaction to pain is what defines your strength. You are allowed to feel, but you are also allowed to choose. To choose a response grounded in wisdom, not in fear, not in urgency, not in pressure. This is what Stoicism offers you. A way to feel deeply and respond wisely. A way to stand in the fire without becoming consumed by it. So if you're tired right now, rest in this truth. You don't have to fight everything. You can be still. You can breathe. You can return to yourself. Let that be your strength today. Not the strength of force, but the strength of stillness. The strength of returning, again and again, to the calm center of who you are. Even when the world pulls you in every direction. Even when your thoughts feel heavy. Even when clarity feels far away. You are here, and that is enough. So breathe, soften, return. We are not finished. This journey isn't rushed. This moment is part of something larger, and you are not alone in it. There is a quiet power in accepting what you cannot change. Not because you give up, but because you choose peace over chaos. Imagine your thoughts like clouds drifting across the sky. Some are dark and heavy, others light and soft. None of them stay forever. None of them define the sky itself. You are the sky, vast, open, endless. And the clouds, your worries, fears, doubts, they come and go. Let what you can't change pass through you like wind through open hands. Feel that? That's freedom knocking softly on your door. It doesn't demand that you fix everything. It invites you to rest in what is. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You were never meant to. The Stoics remind us that life is unpredictable. And yet, your inner life, your thoughts, your values, your choices, can be steady, unshakable, grounded. This steadiness is your fortress, your refuge, your true home. So when anxiety rises, when overwhelm creeps in, remember you have a place to come back to, a place within you that is calm, that is clear, that is unmovable. Pain is not the enemy. Your reaction to pain is what defines your strength. Pain will come, loss will come, disappointment will come. It is part of being human. But you do not have to suffer endlessly. You can suffer well. You can suffer with dignity. And in that suffering, you can grow. You can become more resilient, more compassionate, more aware. So when you feel the sting of hardship, do not run from it. Look at it straight in the eyes. Breathe into it. Let it teach you, because every challenge holds a lesson. Every difficulty is an invitation to become stronger, wiser, kinder. And you don't have to do this alone. Even the Stoics wrote letters, shared wisdom, asked for help. Strength is not solitary. It is shared. So share this with the important people in your life. Let them know that they are important in your life. We are woven together, and in our connections, we find support, courage, and hope. Your journey is part of a larger story, one that stretches beyond your fears and doubts. One that is built with every small act of courage, even when no one is watching, even when it feels like no one understands. You are not alone. You are more capable than you know. You don't need control, you need clarity. And clarity is found in the simple acts: pausing before reacting, breathing when overwhelmed, noticing when your mind races, choosing one small step instead of many. This is how you build a life of calm strength. A life where storms come, but you stand steady. Not because you ignore the storm, but because you carry peace within. So if today you feel lost, tired, or overwhelmed, remember you have within you the tools to navigate this moment. You have the power to choose your response. You have the power to return to stillness, to hold space for yourself with kindness, to move forward with intention. Let this be your reminder. You don't have to fix everything today. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be present, right here, right now. And that presence will guide you. That presence will heal you. That presence will carry you forward. So breathe in and breathe out. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the air around you. Feel the quiet strength inside you. This moment is yours. Hold it gently. Let it be the beginning of your peace. And remember, pain is not the enemy. Your reaction to pain is what defines your strength. You are stronger than your fears, more resilient than your doubts, and infinitely worthy of your own compassion. Take a moment now to notice how you feel, without judgment, without expectation. Just observe. This simple act of watching yourself gently is a doorway to understanding. Stoicism invites us to become observers of our own lives. Not distant but kind, not detached but aware. You don't have to be harsh with yourself. You don't have to push harder or be tougher. You only need to be present, to notice the feelings that arise, to accept the thoughts that come, and to choose what you do next. The power is always in your hands, but it is a quiet power, not one that shouts or forces. It's the power of calm intention, the power of steady breath, the power of choosing your path step by step. You may not be able to control what happens around you, but you can control how you walk through it, with grace, with patience, with courage. Imagine your mind is like a garden. Some thoughts are weeds. They grow wild, uninvited, choking your peace. Others are flowers, delicate, bright, full of life. Your task is to tend your garden, to notice which thoughts serve you and which thoughts harm you. You don't have to uproot everything at once. Start small. Pull one weed today. Plant one seed of kindness. Water it with patience. Watch how your garden slowly transforms. You are a gardener of your own mind, and with care, you can create a space of peace within. You don't need control, you need clarity. Clarity shines a light on what is truly important, what is worth your energy, what deserves your attention, and what you can safely release. Let go of the urge to fix everything immediately. Let go of the need to have all the answers. Let go of the pressure to be perfect. You are already enough. Your worth is not tied to achievement. It is tied to your humanity, your ability to feel, to endure, to keep moving forward. Pain is not the enemy. Your reaction to pain is what defines your strength. Remember that when the road gets hard, when the nights feel long, when the weight feels unbearable, you are not alone in this. Every human has faced hardship. Every human has wrestled with doubt. Every human has learned, slowly, to find peace in the storm. Let your heart be soft today. Let your mind be gentle. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to heal. Healing is not a race. It is a quiet unfolding, like the slow bloom of a flower. You don't have to rush it. You don't have to force it. It happens in its own time, and in its own way. You don't need control, you need clarity. Clarity comes when you stop struggling against what is, when you open your hands and release what you cannot change, when you breathe deeply and invite peace in. Your strength grows not from resistance, but from acceptance. Acceptance of the present moment. Acceptance of yourself exactly as you are. Acceptance of the path you are walking, even if it feels uncertain, even if it feels scary, even if it feels overwhelming. You are here. You are enough. You are stronger than you know. So breathe in strength. Breathe out doubt. Feel the calm settle in your chest. Know that you are safe, that you are held, that you are seen. The Stoics believed that our greatest freedom lies in how we respond, that in every moment we can choose our attitude, our focus, our action. Even when the world feels out of control, you can choose peace, you can choose kindness, you can choose courage. And that choice, that simple, powerful choice, is your true strength. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to keep showing up, keep breathing, keep choosing peace, because this journey is yours. And every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Take another breath. Feel yourself settling deeper into this moment. Let the calmness wrap around you like a soft blanket. Know that this is only one part of your story, the story of resilience, of courage, of gentle strength, and you are writing it every day, every breath, every choice, every quiet moment of stillness. Let that truth hold you now, and whenever you need it, return here, to this place of calm, a clarity, of strength. You are not alone. You are enough. You are powerful beyond measure. Let's take this moment to slow down together. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. Gentle, steady, unforced. You don't have to rush. You don't have to fix anything right now. Just be here, right now, in this space between thought and feeling. It is in these quiet spaces that clarity lives. The Stoics teach us that true strength does not come from controlling the uncontrollable. It comes from mastering the inner world. Our thoughts, our feelings, our responses. You don't need control, you need clarity. Clarity shines a light on what matters most, what deserves your energy, and what you can gently let go. When you feel overwhelmed, when the noise in your mind grows loud, pause, step back, see your worries as passing clouds, not the sky itself, not the essence of who you are. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer behind them. This subtle shift, seeing your mind from a distance, is the first step toward freedom. You begin to realize that you can choose what to hold on to and what to release. Let what you can't change pass through you like wind through open hands. Feel the relief that comes with releasing struggle, because struggle drains the soul. It steals peace. It makes small problems feel like mountains. But acceptance, real acceptance, frees your spirit. It allows you to conserve your energy for what you can influence, for the small, meaningful steps forward. Pain is not the enemy. Your reaction to pain is what defines your strength. Pain will come. Loss will come. Disappointment will come. This is the nature of life. But within you is the power to respond, to meet suffering with courage, to meet hardship with grace, to meet fear with calm. No matter what has happened, no matter what you have lost, you still have this moment, this breath, this chance to choose. And in this choice lies your true power. So if you feel lost or tired, if the weight feels too heavy, know this: you are not alone. Others have walked this path before you. Others have felt this same heaviness, and they have found their way through. So can you, step by step, breath by breath, with patience, with kindness toward yourself. You don't have to rush your healing. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You just have to keep moving forward. One small step, one gentle breath, one moment of stillness. And remember, your strength is in your response, not in what happens to you, but in how you choose to face it. You are stronger than your fears, more resilient than your doubts, more capable than you realize, and infinitely worthy of your own compassion. Take this time to be gentle with yourself, to nurture your mind, body, and spirit, because this is where true strength grows. Not in perfection, but in presence. Not in control, but in clarity. And as you walk this path, know that each day brings new opportunities. Opportunities to grow, to heal, to love, to live fully. So breathe in peace. Breathe out tension. Feel the calm settle deep inside you. Let it remind you, you don't need control, you need clarity. And that clarity is already inside you, waiting quietly, ready to guide you home. Home to yourself.